Good morning, Gear Facts friends. Today we're looking at Bass Equalizer GEB-7 from Boss. Obviously, it's an equalizer pedal for bass guitar. I plugged in my bass guitar and this is what I sound like with all settings in the middle. So let's start by raising the level so you can hear me a bit better. Okay, now I think my bass guitar's natural sound is pretty good, and to be honest, I don't have a lot of experience with equalizing at the bass end. But I've certainly had experience equalizing with regular guitars, so I'm going to see if the same kinds of waveform shapes work on bass as well. So a classic one for standard guitars is the scoop shape, which is like this. Wow, well straight away that's made a massive improvement. Let's try raising even more bass. Cutting out more middle, cutting out more treble. Gee, I didn't expect to be impressed so quickly. Let's try the reverse. So I'm going to make a hill out of the equalizer, so it should be pretty strong on the mid frequencies. It's definitely a different mood of sound. I quite like having a bit of chunkiness in the mid-range there, so what I'm going to do is raise the bass. Sorry to obscure your view there, but I'm going to cut off even more treble because it is a bit noisy coming through at the top end there. That's a bit fatter and thicker than I would normally have it, so maybe I've overdone it a little bit. In fact, let's try just sort of cutting everything. So still quite strong in the middle, but we're below halfway, so I'm cutting a little bit of bass end, a little bit of treble end, and I'm only in the positives around the middle there. Certainly adds definition to the sound, but I can't help remembering the good old days when I had the bass turned up really quite high. I think my pattern was scooped, but I'm starting to become a bit more of an S shape now. I don't know, what do you think, guys? I like all of those sounds. I guess it would depend what song I was playing. Let's flatten out again. And, oh, hang on, we were scooping next, weren't we? So let's scoop again, like we did last summer. I think that gives lots of definition, but yeah, the noise is just creeping in a bit at the top there. It seems to be right on this very last frequency. That's where the noise is, so let's cut that right down. Maybe boost this one a bit. I don't know, I kind of miss the little bit of raspiness that that high frequency gave it. In fact, I'd probably leave those two right in the middle. But anyway, I'm talking about what I would do. This is all about discovering what this pedal can do for you. And of course, every bass guitar is going to have its different sort of sweet spots that you have to find in amongst these frequencies. And your own band style and your own personality, I guess, will come into it a lot. That's a big part of EQ. It's personality in a little grey box. And I'm really liking this GEB-7. I think this is the most defining sound or sound-defining pedal that I've used with bass guitar. I must have reviewed maybe 10 bass pedals, but this one's really having a profound effect straight from the beginning. Alright, so let's try a few silly tricks. We're just going to boost nothing but bottom end here. Yeah, too much. Okay, let's try the sort of lower half of the middle. Yeah, this often happens when you boost the middle. It starts to sound like your sound is coming through a telephone, and this is certainly no exception. It'll probably do it even more so when I go up to the next set of frequencies. And then let's just do the treble ones. Okay, so the point I'm making there is that it's all about shape. The frequencies need to flow together. You can't have sharp drop-offs unless it's specifically the sound you want. But I think in most natural sort of circumstances of playing bass guitar, you want a smooth, flowing kind of shape. me personally, scoop works very nicely. I just might add a noise reduction pedal just to cut out that little bit of hiss at the top end there. See how much that cuts it out. Introduces it back in. And at the middle it's kind of slightly audible. A noise reduction pedal though will have no trouble chopping that out. Okay, so just taking a bit of a tour around the pedal now. You won't sort of see any surprises here really. Maybe except if I tell you that this is measured in hertz, so 50 hertz right up to 600 hertz. Then you've got kilohertz at the top range there. I'm open to be corrected if I'm wrong about those numbers, but really all that matters is the way you perceive this wave here. This is the kind of effect that I would advise you to use with your eyes closed, because the numbers are just going to distract you from the actual quality of the sound. They can give you preconceptions which can lead you in the wrong direction sometimes. What else can I show you? Basically in socket, out socket. This one's obviously seen a few gigs, but it's still pumping out a really nice sound. I'm really impressed, I have to say, and I do say this having reviewed several bass pedals of a similar nature, this has probably impressed me more than anything since the Behringer BDI-1, which was also a really cool pedal, but I think this is out in front. It's really, really good. So, Bass Equalizer GEB-7, thanks for watching Gear Facts, guys. Please share this with all your bass player friends, because I think we're always looking for ways to improve our tone, and thanks for liking, commenting, or subscribing. Look forward to seeing you next time on Gear Facts. Bass Equalizer.